Welcome back to Pop Culture Roll Call, the show where our hosts are watching The Magicians by only viewing the scenes that their character is present for. This is Season 3, Episode 8. 6 short stories about magic.
Welcome back to an episode of Pop Culture Roll Call. And it's Mike. I'm watching everything from the point of view of Penny, as always. To left me, as always.
It's Stasha. I watch everything from the point of view of Margot.
In front of me, as always.
It's Colin. I watch everything from the point of view of Hi, King Elliot.
Right here, right now.
Hey, it's Brian. I watch as Quentin.
So.
I just want you to know that you've slightly changed the intro.
What did I say?
Yeah, I'm going to just let you re-listen to it on your own time and just think about if you could figure out what you've done differently.
Did I add as always to at the end of I say?
I'm not answering these questions.
No, you know, and I'm asking a blunt question because
she knows that you're asking. It doesn't mean she has to answer.
As I was saying it, I got into my head like, did I just say the same thing?
I think before last time, Mike psyched himself out. He's like, do I say as always?
He made the same error last time.
So I don't say as always.
I don't know. You're going to have to find out.
Welcome to gaslighting.
I love how Staj is also like making this an exercise for the audience as well. It's like, go download all of our episodes and give us bigger numbers.
Tell us how Mike's wrong.
We're constantly meeting and talking about our numbers. We're always looking at our numbers.
Totally.
We're thinking about our numbers.
All the time.
I do think
Constantly
I psyched myself out, and now I've psyched myself into the wrong timeline.
Yeah. Hey, if you psyched yourself out, you can psych yourself back in. I believe in you, bud.
It's not a problem. I'm just saying it's different.
But it's not...
Anyway.
I say as always again.
Happy Big Bowl Sunday.
Happy Puppy Bowl.
Happy Puppy Bowl. We can say that one, right?
I mean, this isn't coming out till Wednesday, so congrats to the Seattle Seahawks for winning the Super Bowl.
I think I actually feel totally okay calling that shot also. Congratulations to the Seattle Seahawks for winning the Super Bowl.
It wasn't that close. It was, you know.
That game was probably... It probably further apart than it seemed.
Yeah.
By the score at the end. I almost guarantee this.
There were some pretty good plays, but nothing the likes of what the Bears would do in that situation.
I just was really surprised that they subbed out their entire human lineup for real Bears and murdered the Seattle Seahawks.
And even though the Bears weren't playing, that was the weirdest part.
Yeah,
it's like
they
wrong
lost
mascot.
on it. They just kept getting penalties because they weren't lining up in the line of scrimmage. They were eating all the honey on the sideline. They had way too many bears on the field at one time.
Also threw a flag because you can't have a bear in the game.
Right. They just kept throwing those flags, but then the Bears would eat the flags.
There ain't no rule that says Bears can't play football.
Wild game.
Wild game.
I'm
Wild
sure.
game. 3-pointers.
Anyways, there are 3-pointers in football, Mike.
Yes, there
I
are.
know.
Okay.
But that's not what you think
let's
of
move on.
when you hear a 3-pointer. Hat trick. I think I started.
I don't know. This episode's weird.
This episode's very weird.
So we all get the title card at the beginning, right?
Yeah,
There's like a handwritten title card that says 6 short stories about magic.
Yep.
Okay. So everyone got the same.
Yes.
Okay. I was really curious if this was some like altered reality thing where only a couple of us got the same
All right,
thing.
show of hands. There seems to be like title cards for each of these short stories.
Uh-huh.
Does anybody have their character's name as one of the title cards?
Yes, I do.
You do?
Yes.
Okay, I don't.
You don't have your character's name.
No, I see a Poppy title card, but I don't see a Quentin one.
Interesting.
I only see an Elliot.
You only
title
see an
card.
Elliot one.
There's a penny one.
There's a penny one. Okay.
I have no idea what order these are in.
Let's just pick.
So
Let's just pick.
I'm pretty sure I got the top.
Okay.
So let me
Okay.
try this one.
Yeah. I'm really curious to see, one, how much time, and two, what people's things are.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm really curious.
So I get like deposited into the library. Like I pop out of the book chute.
And you see like penny, like title card
Title
scribble,
card penny.
and it says penny.
Yes.
Okay, so this is one of the short stories.
Oh, but this is a continuation. You're still in the book.
I get like the book goes down and I like out of like I pop myself out of the book.
I see.
I'm now in the underworld branch of the library.
Oh, because at the end of last episode, you had to inhabit a book because
Yeah.
only books could transfer through the like dragon into the bookworm into the underworld.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay, cool.
So I wander around a pretty empty library until I get like outside. I jump a fence, and I get into this like open clearing, which has like weird glamping style tents. And I find a park ranger, and apparently this is like temporary housing. And I'm like, hey, I need help. I'm trying to find someone. He goes to hand me paperwork. And I'm like, oh, no, this is a hurry. Like, I don't have time for paperwork. And he's like, oh, shit, what do I bribe dead people with? And it cuts to me finishing the story of Game of Thrones, the TV show.
That's so funny. What a great way to bribe dead people.
Yeah, so like, British sounding dude came in and, kicked their asses, speaks and rhymes, 8 dragons, I don't know how they got that many dragons, but there's a bunch of dragons, and they're just like...
They're eating it up.
Oh, so you're just lying about the end of Game of Thrones.
And he's like, what about the White Walkers? I'm like, oh, those guys are bad news, let me tell you that. Penny's never seen it. Just like he's seen enough to make lies.
Yeah, just vamping. You've been around enough water coolers that you kind of understand the gist of it.
Penny does not seem like a water cooler guy.
He's not.
If Penny was ever working in an office, he would never drink water.
Yeah, unless it was like bourbon. But I'm like, he the guy shows up and he won the throne game, and Bob's your uncle. And he's like, okay, what friend are you looking for? And I say Benedict, and he leads me to a tent where I'm like, hey, Benedict, you in there? It's the map maker.
Oh, Benedict is the map maker.
Yes.
Okay.
Who had the key when he got swallowed by a
eaten
dragon?
by a dragon because dragons are portals. Got it.
And he is so excited to see me. And I'm like, hey, do you have the key? I'm looking for the key. He's like, oh, you're just here for the key? It's like, no, I'm not just here for the key. He's like, oh, because I thought we were friends. We are friends. And it's this very like, he is more invested.
Have you met him before?
Yes.
Okay.
They talked about he was his best friend. We made this joke before.
He was the only one that cried when I died.
Okay. Yeah, right.
Though it was a joke then and it's a joke now.
Yeah. And I'm like, hey, listen, we are friends, and I'm on a mission, and like, friends help friends when they're on missions, right?
Just gaslighting this guy.
I like that. Friends help friends when they're on missions, right? Otherwise,
if you need help like moving or something,
honestly though,
I'm on a mission, and if we're friends, you'd help me. And he says, I am your friend. I'm like, okay, then where's the key, please? And he's like, well, it's in the library. I'm like, fuck, I just snuck out of that place. He's like, well, the library is the only part of the underworld that currently functions, and it's well protected, so you should probably just cut your losses.
Oh, because magic is gone, the underworld's lost its protections? Interesting.
Seems like it.
Huh.
I guess that would... Well, why would the underworld lose it?
I guess they're just
people
who run it are magical.
Yeah, but magical in the same way, because we do know that magic exists, because like the fairies have magic, so like magic still exists.
I'm trying to remember
in
magic in
like natural magic.
Greek.
Yeah.
In like Greek mythology. This is not my forte.
It feels like inherent magic, like creatures born with it have it, but then people that have learned it.
Well, like no, like there's like Persephone and Hades, and I'm like, is that magic? Like I guess, but I don't know enough at all about
and
this.
The underworld totally. Y'all have seen the underworld. It's just.
I mean, I haven't seen it. I've heard you guys talk about it.
It's just
me. I haven't seen the underworld. I'm a good God-fearing boy.
Mm-hmm.
Praise be.
It's just. I'm just walking around another outside set.
Okay.
Oh, ours was I only saw inside of buildings in the underworld when I was down there.
Yeah, it's if you would have told me this was outside campus, I'm like, sure, it's just grass.
Okay.
And he's telling me like let it go, like all hope's lost, no worth. I'm like, well, I have to try because I'm not giving up on magic. Like for all magic, I must try this. He's like, oh man, even in death, you lead an exciting life. He's my biggest fanboy, and he wants to help me sneak in. I tell him, no, you just sit here. I need to find one more person, and then I will loop back, grab you, and we're all going to head in.
This guy's staying in hell forever.
No hugging. And then I walk off because he keeps trying to hug me. And then I get the opening credits.
Okay.
Do I get the opening credits ever?
I don't think I
get it. We got it like right before the title card. So
Do
we?
yeah.
Yeah,
so
we can do the credits here. Why not?
Mind sluts.
And now we're back.
As always, Mike, you always do as always after Mind Sluts.
Don't do this. I'm essentially reversing like my path. I go back over the fence, sneak back into the library, and that's when I find Sylvia.
I don't know who that is.
The assumed mob daughter librarian.
Yes.
The poison daughter.
Who died.
Yep. Yeah, right.
Yep.
And now she's a circle of spores druid.
Yeah. I'm like, hey, sorry for leaving you behind. And she's like, it's okay. You're about to do something stupid.
Yeah,
and
okay.
I'm like, what? She's like, hey, also, I was a goner in the poison room. Don't worry. Like, there's nothing you could have did. Except
for a better plan, but fair enough.
And she's like, hey, I'm fine. I'm like, don't be upset. I'm fine for a dead girl. Like, things are okay. She's like, you, on the other hand, not doing so hot between the stuck up in the astral thing and about to fuck up royally thing. And I'm like, how do you know I'm about to fuck up royally?
She's reading these books.
And she's like, well, the same way I knew you were right now, it's written. Trust me, the best bet of finding that key is with the person who wrote these pages. So we cut then.
The author of the pages. Do we know anything about the author of the book?
No? We will.
Okay.
I thought the books went blank.
Well, as we uncover more keys, they're writing themselves.
No, I thought the books like with
blank spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we not in that blank spot now?
We get to a bunch of stuff.
Okay.
That's why I know I'm driving this first half.
Yeah.
I feel like we're gonna end up with the conversation like with the creator of the Matrix or something.
Yeah.
Less annoying. Or more annoying, we'll see. So
I always thought that conversation was decently well filmed.
Yeah,
I didn't think it was
never thought
particularly
that scene.
annoying.
My takeaway from that scene was annoying.
Yeah. I think the first Matrix fucker rules and holds up really well, in my opinion.
I do not have the time to get into that scene.
Sure, fair enough.
So we walk into a room where someone is writing. Do you want to guess what
Persuasion?
literary character
Oh, Jesus.
would be the person who writes down things before they happen?
Jiminy Cricket.
No.
Close.
Close.
Oh, no.
Okay, I was like, okay.
You should know this.
Is it
What literary character?
Oh, what is her name? The one that is like always can tell the future but nobody believes her. Cassandra. Yeah.
Yep. We find someone named Cassandra.
Yeah.
She turns around and it's a not quite the same looking, maybe a little bit older Alice.
Oh, Alice is Cassandra?
Interesting.
Is this a Sex in the City thing?
Huh?
Alex is a Cassandra? Isn't that a thing people say?
So she's a Miranda or a Cassandra?
Is Cassandra a Sex in the City character? No, I must have been thinking Miranda.
That's a very different Sex in the
I've never seen Sexing in the City.
Sex in the Grecian city. She's such a Cassandra.
She's such a Cassandra.
Sorry, so Alice is here.
Alice is here.
Is she wearing like all black?
No, not quite though. She points at me and just starts screaming.
Oh.
As you do.
And I'm like confused, and she's like, oh, she doesn't like to see anyone she writes about. And I'm like, well, I'm confused because she looks like someone's still alive. So why is she here? And Sylvie explains, Cassandra has a gift. And then Cassandra says it's a curse. And she got involved with this guy. And then she's like a god. And they're explaining how Cassandra got her curse.
Do they explain why it looks like Alice?
Not really.
Okay.
Apparently the librarians found her after she was driven crazy by her visions that no one would believe, and got her to start writing everything down. And she's the person who writes all of these books. So,
okay.
So she foresees everything. She writes it down. Sometimes things change, so she writes down the different things.
And why she looks like Alice is a mystery.
Yeah.
Okay.
She can only write one book at a time. And at some point, the librarians wrote a spell that like industrialized her whole thing. And that's how all of the books were written.
Is that what happened with Brandon Sanderson? Is this the...
What a deep cut.
Wow.
So good. Iconic.
Wow.
Iconic. That was very funny.
I'd say let's put that on a shirt, but we'd sell like 3.
It'd be mainly to me.
Yeah.
And so they essentially used magic to mass produce books.
Right.
So she didn't write everything by hand. But when the magic stopped, that stopped. So now she's back writing one book at a time.
Got it.
And I'm like, okay, out of 7 billion people, why is she writing a book about me? And she's like, well, you and your friends are on a quest to restore magic, making you probably her only hope. No pressure, kind of a big deal. And so do we just wait to ask her about the lost key? She scribbles, crumbles, throws a piece of paper on the ground. I go to read it, and I'm like, oh, this one seems to be about Poppy and Quentin. Oh, God, it's a sex scene.
Oh, so that's why it's scribbly paper bits, is because you're picking up crumbled Cassandra notes.
So
do you see the scenes?
Do you see everything?
Yep.
Okay,
because I'm reading it.
Sense.
All right.
I got a long episode.
Yeah,
great.
I mean, we could talk through our ones that you're
So
reading.
just tell us who's in order. So
Yeah.
Poppy is first.
Poppy's
Okay.
So it probably cuts to like Poppy and I are in the bedroom or whatever,
Or
and
whatever.
I'm basically like Poppy's half clothed or whatever.
We know how
I'm saying it or
sex
whatever.
works.
Yeah. Well, we're not actively I guess at the
Fully
beginning of the
clothed.
scene. At the beginning of the scene, I thought she was getting dressed, but I think she's getting undressed. I don't know. It's fine.
It's the undressed talking foreplay.
Quentin's basically like, not that I'm complaining, but like, why are you doing this? And she's like, because I can only go so long before feeling completely alone and worthless before I break. I can only go so long feeling completely alone and worthless before I break down and do something stupid. And this is when I got that Poppy, like the title card. Yep. I'm assuming that's. Do you just get like 44 minutes?
Yep.
Okay, so you just literally have the whole episode.
Yep, and I have stuff that involves none of us. So I have like all the in-between shots of just Poppy.
am sorry.
Yeah.
So I'll go through this quickly then. Poppy's basically like, I'm back to catastrophizing about the plan not working. Poppy's like, well, my plan didn't work, and this is what she said last time, was like she was trying to distract me from this whole thing. And I'm basically not, kind of go past that and still complain about the plan. She's kind of barely listening. Basically the point here is that like I'm saying I can't ask Poppy to risk her life for our plan to get magic back. Mm-hmm. And Poppy's like, well, maybe it's my quest too. Like maybe I'm the second act add-on that saves the world. And she's like, why are you going if this is such a bad idea? And I'm like, well, because it's the opposite of what I normally do. And I'm talking about how like a quest is supposed to change the quester, right? Like you go on a quest and you come out a different person for having been on the quest, right?
Yes.
Correct. And so she's like, so run a gauntlet to get the keys, and then the gauntlet is what makes you the guy who can get the keys. And I'm like, yeah, exactly. And so like I'm basically saying like, I know I have to be a hero to finish this quest, but I'm not that. And then she's like, well, I reject your whole premise. And she's basically talking that like the real, she's, from her perspective, she's saying like the real me is like an asshole, and like I've tried to change that, I can't. Like I don't have any filter, So she's like self-aware kind of about that stuff. But she says eventually maybe the brave thing to do is be yourself and accept the consequences.
Yeah, fair
and
enough.
then she leaves that room.
Yes.
She walks into the hallway, and she has the post-sex outfit of a button-up shirt, no pants, and the shirt's just long enough to cover her underwear.
I don't need that detail.
Well, this is important because she walks into the hallway and sees Alice, and she's just like, well, this is about to get awkward. And she's like, I am not concerned with his penis right now.
Alice says that?
Yeah, Alice says that. So she knows that y'all are hooking up. And this scene is about the concerns with the plan and how dangerous it is. So they're talking about Victoria and how she's going to help people travel. And the plan was to use her DNA to build a mirror bridge. And Allison's concern is that this is like requires PhD level skill and patience and more traveler blood than she has in her entire body. And she goes, yeah, exactly. And Poppy's very confident that she knows the physics of mirror bridges. Alice is confident of that. Long story short, the concern is that if you are not correct with your meta math, and the bridge isn't perfect, Victoria dies.
Yeah.
Tries to travel, bridge breaks.
Yes.
Or whatever the physics are of this.
Yeah. And then the next scene is Victoria, Julia, Alice, you, and Poppy.
There's the team meeting.
And
Victoria's basically like, I'm out. Basically like nobody knows how this bridge stuff works in enough detail to be confident about it other than Alice, and Alice isn't really part of this plan. So Victoria's like, I'm not doing it unless you can like prove to me that this is going to be stable and work and I'm not going to die, which, fair. So Victoria leaves. Katie is like signing to Harriet, like, what do we do? And Harriet's like, also, I don't know. And she leaves. Now it's basically like Katie, me, and Poppy left. Poppy's asking like what Harriet is after, like why she is part of this plan. And Katie fills in that the library has been searching for this quote unquote thing called the Alexandria cell, which is basically a giant battery.
Actual like battery cell, not
like
human cell or whatever.
Magic battery.
Okay, yeah, got it.
And apparently the librarians in ancient Egypt made it. Harriet thinks that they found it because Harriet's people, I don't know who her people are, but
I don't know.
she, Katie says
Iowans.
Her people saw saw librarians doing like big magic on Earth, so they have access to some like magic power source, and that's kind of what Harriet is in this for.
Gotcha.
But none of this matters if we can't like get to the satellite branch of the library.
Yep.
We still have that quest. Still got to do a quest.
Gotta
Turns
do a
out
quest.
you can't not do a quest.
Next scene is the creation of the bridge.
Okay.
And y'all go through, and it's this kind of like.
I actually have a scene before that.
I was gonna say, so we just decided to do the bridge anyway.
Go ahead.
Well, so Poppy has like I have a scene where like I'm sitting at a desk. Poppy like slaps a notebook on the desk, and it's Alice's notes about the mirror bridge, right? Like pages and pages of notes about this. And I'm like, how'd you convince Alice to help? She's like, oh, I didn't. I just stole them.
Yeah, fair.
So
why wouldn't Alice want to help? Right?
She doesn't believe that bringing magic back is necessarily the right thing to do.
I think that's
was that
She said that
the
a
thing?
couple episodes ago.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah,
Forgot.
it was a fight between her and Quentin. And that was when Quentin dropped the maybe you'll go back to the way it used to be.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's like,
yeah.
I don't even know if bringing magic back is right.
That is
okay.
the next scene.
Yeah,
bad.
Cool.
and basically like Poppy's gonna make photocopies of these notes, put the notebook back where she found it, and but she's basically saying like, see, the plan is working because I had to be myself, be an asshole, steal these notes, and now we're back on
You
track.
needed an asshole on the team.
So now we are building this bridge. Basically, Victoria's like taking a knife, cutting herself open, using the blood to like draw on a mirror. She steps through the mirror. We all follow. We're in basically this like pitch black void with a light up pathway. It looks really cool, actually.
It looks kind of like the floor Michael Jackson danced on in Billie Jean. Every time he steps, it lights up.
Yeah. But like you can't see anything in the background.
I know that
It's just
music
pitch
video.
black. It's really cool.
Yeah.
And then there's another mirror on the other side. She cuts herself again, draws on that. We go through that mirror, and it's like a bathroom, like a kind of public bathroom looking thing. It's a bathroom in the library.
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say you just cut it yourself twice to go on a magical mirror, and you end up in a public bathroom.
And
But at the
Victoria,
library makes more
Victoria's looking weak already.
Yeah.
Like this is
Yeah.
taking it out of her.
sense, for sure.
But yeah, y'all get into the bathroom.
Victoria stays in kind of the hallway between the two mirrors.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the rest of us go through.
Help keep it open or whatever.
And so we're like, okay, well, we're going to hurry. And Harriet's kind of giving instructions. She's like, oh, go left down the hall, like whatever. And, Katie's kind of translating. And this is kind of when we're like, oh, you've been here before? And she kind of like doesn't elaborate and shrugs it off. So
Not great.
So Harriet and Katie, as far as I can tell, stay in the bathroom. I don't know why. And then Poppy and I go to like the book deposit thing.
Okay. I'm gonna interrupt here.
Okay.
And I'm reading this like, where's the key? And another page is thrown to the ground for me to keep reading. Title card: Alice. So Alice is talking with Harriet and Katie is translating the ASL. And they're talking about the distance and the metamath, and if it's not perfect, Victoria will die. And Victoria is not willing to help because Poppy told because you told Poppy the mirror bridge won't work. And Harriet asks via Katie, "How have you been to the library?" And Alice was like, "Oh, at once I wasn't there long." And the brochure makes it sound great. They collect knowledge, they keep it safe, but from who? Like, who are they keeping information safe from? And the library does a lot to bury information. Only the people they get to choose get access. The rest of us get nothing.
So it's not like a public library? Because I always assumed that this library was like, if you are somebody who can make your way to the Netherlands, you could just get a library card and rent out books. But it doesn't seem to be a library in that sense.
I mean, maybe they could just
Maybe.
be talking about the locked sections of the library.
Oh, sure, maybe.
Like, it's possible that that's the front, but then like the important books are the ones that are under lock
Got
and
it.
key.
Which, I mean, is a thing that normal libraries have too, I suppose.
Yeah,
like
I mean, I can't really tell like which way it's going based
Yeah.
on your description, but I could see either one.
Okay.
And so essentially Alice is just like, so you wanted to let all that knowledge loose for anyone to use for either good or bad. Like that's the danger of letting all the information use. And she's like, don't tell me there isn't a book in the library you wouldn't die to read. If you help us, we can offer you a piece of what we find there. the biggest battery ever created. If you want to help Penny, this is how. And she's like, if I say yes, that means risking lives to give you power maybe no one should have. No, thank you. Okay, so next scene is the cottage. Alice is sitting there having a drink, and then wardrobe starts rattling. Goes to inspect, and Fen pops out.
My wife. My wife.
And she needs space from the old ball and cock, which I correct her, and she doesn't believe.
As you shouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
She talking about Elliot?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a ball and cock.
He is a ball and cock.
Sure.
And I'm like, hey, I know what you mean. I lost a lot of people recently, including myself. She doesn't understand how that makes sense. And she's like, listen, you think that you have some kind of problem with loss? Like, my daughter's gone forever. You forgot some stuff. What you lost is still out there. Go get it back. She goes back to drinking, and it's just like, Umber's ass, I'm drunk. So she is just drinking through her woes.
Okay, sorry. I think I'm just putting something together. So is part of the reason Alice is mad that she was returned from being a Niffin?
She lost all of her knowledge.
She had, like, when she became a Niffin, she had the entire knowledge of magic at her fingertips.
Yep.
And by returning her to being human and not a malevolent spirit, she forgot some books.
I knew everything there was to know in every book and more, and now I lost it.
Girl.
Stas, though, how mad would you be if somebody brought you back and you forgot all your book stuff?
I get it, but if it was like either you do that or you just be like an evil demon upon the world, you're kind of like, well, I've heard of worse sacrifices.
Yeah.
Like,
You are the closest person to try to like
I
feel
do.
her. It's like all the book knowledge ever.
I understand the appeal. I get why she's
keep
upset,
Anime and X-Men.
but I wouldn't be blaming that on other people.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe that was like, I wouldn't exchange all the knowledge in the world to become an evil demon thing unleashed upon the world. So it feels like it should be fine.
What if it wasn't unleashed upon the world? You just became an evil demon.
She was unleashed upon the world though. She didn't she kill
What if
like
you're
that
unleashed
priest
upon like
immediately?
a suburb?
He was also evil.
Okay,
Wait,
sorry.
No, wait. She didn't kill a priest. The priest is already dead.
Was he?
I don't know.
Because he was also the Niffin guy. It doesn't matter.
Whatever.
Niffins are Niffins.
I'm sure that was super important, but we didn't get those scenes. We don't got Alice on this couch. You listen to the intro. Mike did it weird.
In any other episode, sure. In a 40-minute episode, I will not stand for it, nor will I sit.
Mike at the beginning of this episode was like, let me get comfy. And they were like, Colin and I are like, oh, he had nothing. No, he had the opposite.
Wrong.
He had everything.
I
You know
had
what?
nothing.
Watching the full episode and then it's a pretty good show.
Yeah.
We cut to somewhere outside where Alice is sitting and like throwing rocks into a like book drop box, and a traveler who works for the library shows up, and he's just like, no. And I'm like, you don't even know what I want. He's like, you're a library groupie, you got a knowledge boner, how'd you find out about this place anyway? Was it Karen? It was Karen. And it's like, no, Penny told me. And he's like, bad news, library's closed indefinitely. And then looks at all the rocks I throw and like, what the fuck, man? And I'm like, I got bored. Okay, I need to speak with your boss. I have something she'll want. He's like, you're so mysterious. It's important, asshole. He says, fine, come on. He goes to grab her, and then she sees the like rune tattoos, and she's like, wait, how are you able to do that? Like like the wellspring, and we travel.
Okay.
So he can still travel with more than one person.
Okay.
He has magic working.
That's what I was saying. There's magic around.
We pop up in the underworld library. And then Sylvia is like, oh, the bookish girl joins joins us. Didn't see that coming. And I'm like, yeah, a little bit bigger of a problem. Quentin left without the key. Alice drops another paper to the ground. Or Cassandra. Cassalis?
Just call her Cassandra.
Cassandra. She drops another paper to the ground. And I'm like, is this right? An actual answer? Like, just feeding me information slowly. Title card. Elliot.
Okay. It's actually Elliot and Margot, I guess.
Yes, this is actually my only scene.
This is my only scene.
Hey, yeah.
It's super easy.
You can go to hell.
Wait,
Yeah.
you got a title card? You have one scene?
Yeah,
Yep.
a title card, one scene. And it is, I'm not sure who we're talking to, but basically it is just Elliot gives a speech.
Hey, Wombat.
A wombat, but is it actually a wombat? Because we don't get the shot. He just says you're wombatness. I'm assuming
based on what you say.
Yeah, right. So
wait, sorry, you're talking to a wombat, but they never show a wombat?
It's from like the cameras behind and over the shoulder of the person we're talking to. It's the cameras on Elliot and Margot because we are tied up in chairs.
Yes.
Because you know how we were captured by those peasants. Yeah.
Yeah, and Elliot is just giving the spiel about how he's like, because we're tied up, and it feels like, and what I confirmed later, I'm not going to go word to word, but like what I confirmed later is we're like on trial-ish.
Yeah.
Basically, because we were drug out of the carriage and brought before. I'm assuming the wombat is maybe like the head of the resistance.
Yeah.
Like, what is the name of the group?
I do not remember that
That
at
we,
all
like,
because
put
I
the
didn't
dude
even
in the-
interact with them.
the
I just
Foo
heard about them.
Fighters.
Yes, the Foo Fighters.
Maybe the wombat leads the Foo Fighters
That's
or
a
something.
wild sentence.
Yeah, right. It is.
Maybe.
It's a wild show.
Maybe.
But we are obviously pleading for our lives in front of a malicious court kind of thing, or people that don't want to do us ill. And so Elliot, you look kind of like, we both look kind of ragged and kind of sweaty, like we haven't been treated super well, but we're not like bloody. It's not like we've been beaten to death or anything. But Elliot's like, you know what? I hated Fillory when I came here. It made no sense. It was a backwoods kingdom where the animals were smarter than they should be and the people were dumber than they should be. But when I was drowning, aka not like physically drowning, but drowning from like my substance abuse and and severe depression and that kind of stuff, I found a home in Fillory, and Fillory saved my life. And I owe it to Fillory to save its life too, basically. And it's just saying, like, if you deem me guilty, that's, your prerogative of the court or the group of people, but I only ever acted in Fillory's best interest, and I'm trying to like plead sincerity and grovel at the hands of his wombatness.
And it still needs saving, and you can't save it if your head is in a basket.
Right.
Margot does not speak. She's just like nodding.
Yeah.
Like a solid number 2.
So fucking tired of this bullshit.
Pissed. Yeah, Margot does look
because if
pissed.
Margot opens up her mouth, we're going to be dead in like 9 seconds.
She understands the value of letting Elliot speak here.
Really smart Margot doesn't open her authoritarian mouth and talk about putting them on pikes.
Elliot's not the most diplomatic person, but like you're
compared to Margot.
Yeah.
Compared to Margot, I'm trying to pull a great diplomat.
I
have a lot of them,
any.
but I just didn't want to. I just want to say a politician's name right now.
Yeah, that's kind of what I stopped.
Yeah, I had a bunch of them. I was like, I don't want to talk about politics. Anyway, let's go.
A smash cut to me. What the hell is this shit? Why is he talking to Marsupial? This isn't relevant.
We are talking to a wombat.
Okay, maybe it is actually a wombat.
Wombats are the ones that poop little cubes, right?
Kind of, I guess. Yeah.
Talk to
Wombats
the animal man.
are the digging underground Australian, makes little burrows under the place.
Sure.
Saves a bunch of people from wildfires. I'm not sure if they shit cubes though.
Well, I think y'all got some time to Google while I
Get in the comments.
Yeah, get in the comments. Post pictures of wombats.
Don't
scat
post videos
in general.
Title card, Fen.
Ben,
who is with Julia.
Okay. That can't be good for either of them.
She is
Could be good for Julia.
like lying on a couch, kind of peeking over at the physical kid's cottage as Julia answers the door to someone I would learn is named Irene. And I didn't know for sure what I was looking at standing next to her at first. She's with a fairy.
Oh, God.
oh no,
Julia.
And this fairy doesn't say a word, head tilted down, kind of like little like timid. And she's like, how is Alice? I'm like, oh, she's well, not my favorite person at the moment, but the transfer worked, so thank you. She's back to powered up. And she's like, good, I've come to collect on a favor you owe me. And she lifts up her shirt and she's got a bunch of scars on her stomach. And
the fairy or
the Irene.
Irene?
Yeah.
The Irene. Okay.
And Irene's like, and Julie's like, oh my God. She's like, oh, don't worry. It's just a side effect from the powder that I gave you. And then Julia gets worried. She's like, oh, don't worry. You haven't used nearly enough. There's a treatment for this, but it's big magic and I can't do it myself because it would make things worse. So here's what I need. My office, 3 p.m. And like, she gives her a list of stuff. And then it cuts to Julia and Fen talking, and Fen telling her like, oh, there's a fairy. She had a fairy with her, and you can't see
because she can't see it
because she's never made a
she's
deal.
never made a deal with the fairies, but Fen can see it.
Because
Exactly.
Fillory got the
Yeah.
Oh no, she made specifically a deal.
Yeah.
with the
I didn't realize fairies could show up in the real world.
No,
That's
neither.
news.
First time we've seen one.
And Fenn's like, yeah, that's what they do. They hide behind powerful people. They manipulate them into doing terrible things. And she's like, wait a minute. At Irene's house, Penny said that he thought he saw something moving that Julia and Quentin couldn't see. And Fenn's like, oh no, are there more fairies? Like, she is getting
Realizing.
worried.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, that's not what I'm saying. Like, they were doing chores, maybe? Like, she's trying to piece it together because, like, her fear of the fairies and how she's, like, is describing what the fairy was doing don't line up. And she's like, what was the fairy doing? And she's like, well, just staying there, kind of like waiting on Irene. Head was, like, sort of bowed. And she's like, that sounds more like a servant than, like, someone manipulating. And she's like, you can't trust him. I don't know why they'd be acting that way, but you can't trust him. And then Julie's like, do you have slavery in Fillory? And hot take from Fen, if these fairies are slaves, you'd be better off. And she's like, Fen, no one's better off with slavery. So she's like, I got a tiny spark of magic. It seems to, like, and when I use it, it seems to do good things to help people. It grows. I didn't ask for it. I can't get rid of it. If I want it to be anything but a burden, I have to use this magic I have. And Fen's like, no, daughter's dead because of them. Like, I don't trust them. And she's like, we need to know, and I can't see her. So when we go to Irene, you have to talk to the fairy. Like, you got to get something out of her. So
Figure out what
Interesting. So they are giving Fen a character. They
Yeah.
didn't write her off. That's really
Okay.
interesting.
Yeah.
So we're
Why
in.
not add more people to this
Why
cast?
not?
Why not?
More
Get us
faces
a
I gotta
Rolodex.
make sense of.
Yeah. You've said like 9. You've said like 9 names of people I've never met.
Yep.
So this so far
Irene's
this episode.
we met Irene, right?
I think
she's
that's
like the rich lady who bought
Yes.
the school or whatever, or owns the school, or sold it or whatever.
Oh, so the fairies bought the school, actually, maybe?
I
Or we
think we went to that house to look for the key.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we were sneaking around.
And that was
Okay.
when a cocktail got made and floated
That's right.
over
You
to us
asked
or
for the
whatever.
key. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I remember this. I
That's
remember
where
this.
I ran out of time because the sun was setting.
Yes.
So we cut to that, to Irene having the spell being done on her, and Fen is watching from a different room, and the fairy walks towards the room, and Fen confronts her, and she looks startled that she can see her, and she's like, "Oh, I'm not supposed to talk to you," and she's like, "Hey, you must answer me. Irene will be very angry if you don't," and she's like, "Oh, of course, I'm very sorry," and Fen clocks it. You are her slave. And she's like, no, Miss McAllister keeps us safe from the bad magician. She hides us. And she's like, in exchange for what? And she's like, how can you see me? I made a deal. A deal was made on my behalf with the fairy. That's why. And she's like, but there are no other fairies. And there's this small bell that rings, kind of like a signal to her. And she's like, I'm late. She is waiting. Can we talk again tomorrow? Miss Irene won't be home. Also, my name is Sky. So yeah, the dynamic is flipped here.
Okay,
So-
interesting. So that's kind of scary considering we've the fairies were kind of our main villain, and
Yeah.
now we have a different villain.
And Irene is controlling at least maybe a subgroup of
Subset,
fairies
yeah.
or something like that.
We always we didn't know a ton about the McAllisters other than they're like a very powerful old magic family.
Right. Yeah.
So maybe some of their power comes from the fairies or was used to subjugate some fairies or
knows?
yeah, I'm not sure.
It seems like we're gonna start getting the answer to that in the second half of the season, though.
You're gonna get some answers right now.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Fair
enough.
You get some answers here. So we are sneaking onto, I would assume, her property into like a weird kind of back house. No sign of the fairies. And I'm like, okay, we look in here first. We don't see Sky. We'll break into the main house. Hope Irene doesn't show up. So we go in, and Julia doesn't react because she can't see anything. But I see Sky on a table.
Who's I? You
So
Fen.
Fen.
Okay.
Leg is missing. Power tools on table. Like they took her leg.
Jesus.
Sorry, they took whose leg?
The fairy.
fairy.
Sky.
Sky. Sure.
Yeah.
And so like Julia has no idea what's going on. Fen's shocked and like trying to see if she's okay. And Julia finds some glass tubes with powder residue. And we get a flashback to Julia snorting that same powder. And
oh my God.
Fen tries to ask Skye who did this to her. But Julia's like, Irene did.
Okay. So they're like powdering up body parts of fairies to snort to cast magic.
Snorting dried fairy bodies.
Okay.
Whew. I guess if you needed a villain, cutting people up and selling them as drugs is one way to make them evil.
All right, we have... Okay, I need a quick little beverage because we are about to go into a scene with a character that none of us are.
Oh, God. Another one?
Yep. We're getting some backstory. We're getting some things explained.
All right.
Title card, Harriet.
Okay.
1952.
Okay.
Harriet is a child.
She's not that old.
Magic stuff, maybe.
Who is running around the library.
Okay.
And approaches the librarian that we all know, who is her mom.
Okay.
And she's very much the kind of worried mother, worried about her being gone. The world's dangerous. Were you out there looking for Fillory? Did you find it? And she has a smug little smile. She's a very rambunctious little kid who just likes adventure. And she's like, I know how you feel. You want to see everything in the world. When I was a kid, I saw too much, too young. And there's a million worlds in the library that you can see safely. And she's like, nobody writes books about people that read books. Like,
That's
I want to be in.
true.
Well, she wants to be in the stories.
Yeah, I get that. I just feel like, just like Hollywood makes a ton of movies about people who work in Hollywood, books also write a lot of books about people who read books. Like,
well, Cassandra isn't going, well, she read another book. And she's like, promise me you won't look for Fillory again. Cut to 1985. They're arguing, and Harriet is now older. And she's like, what's the point of a library if no one can read any of the books?
Does she seem 30 years old?
She looks 20s, like kind of our age.
So 30s?
How old do you think you are?
Right before we sat down, you called yourself a college student, and now you're saying she looks our age,
grad
20s.
Student age.
You're almost 40, my friend.
We are older than that, sir.
Listen, she's late 20s, early 30s.
Okay.
Time works like in the last thing
Clearly
she explains,
the time works different.
and she explains
That's
that to
why
her.
I was asking.
She was like, I was just gone an hour. She's like, yeah, but time works differently. You could come back and be 30 years older. So she gives her the warning.
Sure.
Yeah.
And she's like, why be a library if no one could take out books? Like, what are we doing here? And she's like, the books have dangerous information. And Harriet says, only if you do something stupid with it. And her mom's like, oh, like sneaking it to some untrained magicians? And she's like, they're not untrained. They're graduate students at my school. And long story short, it's like, it was a mistake letting you go to break bills.
Yeah.
Okay, so she goes to break bills. She tells people how to get to Fillory. They use those books. That's
Or
how they...
the Netherlands.
Yeah.
Not Fillory, right?
Oh, maybe Fillory.
Or I mean, maybe. I mean, Fillory is one of the fountains from the Netherlands.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Tells them how to get to the nexus between worlds.
Sure.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, they don't mention any of that. It's more of just like you're giving
Right,
information.
Yeah, we can
It's why the grad
calculate.
students or the
Yeah.
third years can get there.
Can
It's
get there.
probably because of this deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree.
And she's like, okay, you're not going back. And I'm giving you like, I'm reducing your lending privileges, suspending it because you were giving out books that you shouldn't be to people that don't have a library card. So you're done. You're not going back. And she's like, no, like, I'm not staying somewhere I'm not trusted. I'm going back to school. Cut to 2007. Harriet's now her current age that we know her at. Mm-hmm. And it's the awkward, hey, mom. She hasn't been there in a while. And she tries to check out a book, joking like, if you lifted my suspension. And librarian's kind of teary-eyed and goes to hug her, comments about how she looks different. And she is here to check out Principles of Conjuring Elementals.
Okay.
That's the book we originally went to her for that was overdue.
I see.
So kind of like, hey.
Full circle.
Full circle. And she's like, do you ever think about coming back to work? And she's like, honestly, no. And she's like, I'm not surprised. There's so much out there for you to see. And she finds the book and she's like, hey, some challenging times are coming. It'd be kind of helpful if you stayed here to help. And she's like, oh, the great blank spot. She's like, well, I'll be back here to work tomorrow if you open up the library just a little bit. And that she made friends, people that could help. And she's like, love you, but no, you have a knack for befriending criminals, and I'm not opening the library. And she's like, how do you know if giving away this info isn't the cause of the black spot? Harriet says that you don't know. You'll never know. Loss isn't fixed. So it's you have to trust people.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
It's the you don't know for sure. The books won't give the answers. You need to just trust that you're doing the right thing. And she has read enough books to know that faith in others is often misplaced. And she's like, are you going to open the doors to the library or not? And she replies, a crisis isn't the time to abandon your principles. And Harriet's like, we got nothing to talk about. Deuces. So librarian just refuses to be a library.
Okay, so really they have closed this library completely. I didn't, but somehow we were able to go in and out all the time without any problem, which is very strange. Yeah. But
well,
okay.
I mean, I was the one that she gave a library card because I'm a traveler, and there was all of that hire a traveler because there are great people to have on the job.
I suppose.
So we now are back into current time planning room, and Victoria saying, proven to be the Bridges Stabler amount again. And we're now kind of flash forwarding through things that have happened.
Sure. Like filling in extra details.
Yes.
Okay.
So walking through the bridge, entering the library, Harriet's describing where to find the bookworm. Kate's like, have you been here before? Like, how do you know where you're going?
Yeah, 'cause she grew up there. Okay.
And tells Katie that if the battery is here, it's going to be in the priceless artifact storage. And they head off to find it. So here's what they were doing
while
you
you
were
were trying to find the key.
Yes.
Yeah.
They go into this room of just random stuff, and they can't seem to find it. Someone's coming in. They go to hide, and it's the library traveler from earlier, the dickhead.
The guy who didn't want you to put rocks in the book return box.
Oh, we'll see.
Okay, I was gonna say that doesn't make him a dickhead. You were kind of a dickhead.
He's got a vibe.
Sure, fair enough.
He opens a briefcase, tubes and tubes of powder.
Oh no! So that's how they actually don't have a battery. They're just using fairies to ground up.
Snorting fairies.
And using the magic from snorted up fairies, probably. Yeah. That's why they have magic, and magic exists some places. They're using human batteries.
But yeah, and
not human, fairy batteries.
I mean, I don't know if I want to say fairies or animals, but I would say that we talked about how animals didn't lose their magic, only humans did. So does it mean that fairies aren't humans? So maybe they got to keep it too, and that's why it's working.
For sure.
There's some point there's the comment in here about magical creatures, and I'm wondering.
Yeah, that's what we're talking. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
if you are a creature, you're good, but anyone human, no. Katie knocks him out, just runs up on him, knocks him out.
I think she's 3 for 3 in terms of throw, single punch, knock a guy out.
Yeah, just welterweight champ. And they're looking at the powder. They don't know what it is. Katie smells it. She's like, it's not cocaine. And Harriet gives her a look she's like, you haven't? And then Harriet snorts some and then conjures a fireball in her hand. So they're putting stuff together. They head out with the briefcase, and she runs into her mom. And she's like, Katie, go. She's not going to stop you. And
so Harriet might not be the evil one. It's the head of the library.
I don't know if she's...
Because Harriet,
she's not stopping Katie, though.
Yeah. I don't know if her mom's evil as just paranoid and misguided.
But who? Okay. So then who? Because I thought Harriet was at based on what we were talking about, it seemed like Harriet was at the center of this powdering. Because isn't Harriet the person who potentially sawed off the fairy's leg?
Irene.
That's Irene.
Oh, Irene. I got Irene. It's all these people I don't know. I got Irene and Harriet mixed up. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
And that's when she's like, okay, you've had magicians searching the world for an alleged battery that does not exist. And she's like, a carefully chosen lie can be as valuable as the truth. So that whole battery thing was just
a lie, just to get people off the scent.
Exactly.
A red herring, if you will.
She's like, what is the stuff in the tube? And she's like, you don't want to know.
That's true.
But
That one, a leg. What?
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 It's pinky toe? But she's like, you can't take it though. They conjure up some like force fields at each other in a weird kind of mother-daughter standoff moment.
What if she just like a pixie stick just ate all of it?
Just
You'd be
took a-
so magic.
What?
so magic. Or like a fun dip. That's just so dark.
Lick your fingers.
No, you use like a fairy bone, and then that's dark.
And crunch it.
That's awful. And she's like, I don't want to hurt you. She's teary-eyed, and she doesn't stop Harriet from running.
Okay.
She is about to go through the mirror in the bathroom with the briefcase, and her mom yells, wait. And she says, I'm sorry back to her. But at that moment, a traveler appears and pushes her into the mirror.
Pushes
Harriet.
Harriet
Yeah.
into the mirror. Okay.
And takes the briefcase at the same time.
Got it.
And then she tells Victoria, she tells Victoria to run because she's now in the bridge. She's like, Victoria, run. And her mom yells no as the traveler librarian takes like a little trash can
It's
and
breaking
shatters the mirror.
Yeah.
And both sides shatter.
So they're trapped?
That's what it seems like.
Oof.
Um,
Trapped in a void.
Next scene. Does anyone have any more else?
No.
That was
I
my
mean,
whole
I
thing.
do.
Give me a moment.
Okay.
Wait, is this? Do I have to go first?
I
You
don't
see
know.
all of it,
Yeah.
so you must see it.
This is us looking for the key.
Let me go next. So
Sorry.
back in the underworld library,
Yeah.
and Penny's kind of reading what's
Yeah.
happened, and it's like this: they left, the mirror bridge is gone, like like hope is lost. And he's like, Alice, talk to me, just come on, and she's like, I'm not Alice, and I just scream, damn it, and throw all the papers to the ground. Penny's frustrated and angry, and she goes to pick up a crumbled one very slowly and hands it to me, and I'm like, Gwen and Poppy sex scene. And that's where we go into that scene again real quick.
Oh, from the beginning of the episode?
Was there more? Do you have another scene where you're in that room?
No.
Okay, so just describe it.
I mean, I had the one at the beginning of the episode.
There's something that you say about. I thought you had that scene again, so I didn't write the notes. There's something that you say that triggers a thought to Penny, and I believe it was something about a lie.
A lie?
Something about Poppy says something about kind of. We'll get to what it triggers.
So basically, this is a hint that she's giving you to think back to that scene. You reread that scene.
Yes,
and
I'm
it
like,
replays,
wait a minute.
And then you think of something.
So it's not a different scene.
It's not.
No,
It's the same
I watched
one.
the scene again.
He just rewatches it because he's
right.
Yeah.
You rewound.
yeah.
Sorry, I thought you got that again, but
It probably was in this spot the only time I did get it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I did that at the beginning of the episode, not here.
yeah. Weird format. I apologize, but I think it was like I can only go so long feeling completely alone and worthless before I break down and do something stupid.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, she said that.
It was hidden in my notes in a weird way. And I'm like, oh, I'm an idiot. Wait a second. And I run back to the map maker, Benedict.
Okay.
And I'm like, I get it. You didn't want me to bail on you. Be mad. Don't be stupid. And he's like, I buried it. I'm sorry. I spent so much of my life alone. The thought of spending the rest of time, I thought you were my friend. But if you couldn't find the key, maybe you eventually would hang out with me. So it was like he hid the key so I would be stuck there and eventually just be his friend.
Benedict.
And I'm like, what? What do you think? I would just decide to hang out in your dumb tent? I'm like, I thought we'd spruce it up together. And I'm like, don't ask me how I know this, but you're the only person that cried when I died. We are friends.
Aw.
Very sweet. Does he cry again?
Yeah. He's like, I'm like, I appreciate you. So listen, show me where the key is buried. And then Sylvia is going to take you to the library map room. You're going to be so popular there. So I'm hooking him up with a gig where he's going to feel appreciated.
And also, you work at the library, theoretically.
Yeah.
Though I don't know if you want to work at the library based on what's going on currently.
It seems like there's maybe a fracture within the library.
Yeah. And your last scene's the key?
Sorry, what?
What's your last scene?
There's us looking through all the books, like looking for the key. We're like, oh, Penny must have failed because the key isn't here.
Okay, that might have been earlier, but go ahead and do that one.
So it's really just us kind of looking for the key through all these books on the ground, and we're like, well, we can't stand here and wait forever. Poppy's like, well, maybe my part of like the reason I'm on this quest is to tell you we gotta go. The key isn't here. We can't just stay here and wait to be kind of caught. It's weird, like from my perspective, it just kind of as an aside, the scene has like a ton of like time pressure, like we gotta go, like whatever. I don't see like any, like there's no ticking clock for like, other than like Victoria can only hold the gate open so long, I guess is the main thing. But like the scene's shot in a way that like we're in a hurry in a way that doesn't
feel immediate.
But I guess the Victoria part is the
and the rest of the episode is a little bit harried.
That was earlier. I think I just missed that.
That's fine.
But I think it's also weird from my perspective about the ticking clock, because like it's like, hey, there's a ticking clock right now, but I can see the ticking clock before it's a ticking clock.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I don't get the sense of urgency because time's all happening all at once.
Yeah.
But Poppy's like, this key is not worth Victoria dying over, so let's go. And that's when we like kind of step out and we run face to face with Alice.
Or Cassandra or Alice.
I believe Alice.
It's Alice.
Okay, it's Alice. Cool.
So like I'm like, Alice, what the hell? Like, what are you doing here? And Poppy's like, we gotta go. And Alice is like, what are you doing here? I'm like, what am I doing here? Like, how do you keep just appearing everywhere? And we're like, Alice, are you working with the library? And she's like, Quentin, you have to go. I'm like, okay, great, let's go. And she's not coming with. So we leave without her.
So my last scene is Underworld Library. We got the key. Mm-hmm. I'm putting it into the book, and I place it into the bookworm, like getting ready to jump into it. And I'm like, well, guess this is it, Sylvia, until the next time I die anyway. And she's like, I want the record to show that I helped you get the key, making this the second time I saved your ass. And she closes the chute before I can get into the book. And I'm like, hey, what are you doing? I got to get in that book before it goes up. And she says, I'm sorry. And a bunch of traveling librarian men come, grab me, and take me away.
Oh.
So the book goes up with the key, but I'm not in it.
You're not allowed because the travelers need you to fulfill your obligations, probably.
I would assume.
It's either that or it's the drug travelers. I guess we don't know what that faction
really
looks
is.
like. Yeah.
I do have one quick scene at the end. I guess you don't get everything.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I don't feel bad for Mike at all anymore because he doesn't have every scene in the show.
Can't be that hard.
I kind of run into Katie in the library again, and basically like we hear like dragon barfing noises or whatever. Run back to the chute. There's kind of a weird cut here, so I'm not really sure what happened, but like I kind of run out of the room with the key. There's like a coat that kind of gets like thrown behind me onto the ground. Not sure what that's about. We leave. Like Katie and I go back to the bathroom mirror, which is intact.
Interesting.
As far as I can tell. Don't know what happened there. And we're like, but Penny. And Katie's like, but Penny. And like, we don't have time. The two of us go through the mirror with the key.
Found a scene. Thank you for mentioning Alice. There was a scene that got lost in here. Okay. When you're not watching as your character, other people's notes feel weird, but they're my notes written for other people. That didn't make sense, but it does appear.
Okay.
So there is an explanation for what Alice is doing there.
Oh.
So Alice is in a library, and she runs into the librarian, and so he takes her there, and she's like, if you're his supervisor, I want to make a complaint. And how can he take people with him when he travels? Oh, you really do have a battery. And she's like, I don't care about the battery. Well, like, of course I care about the battery, but what I'm actually wanting is a library card. And
yeah, she wants the knowledge back.
Yeah.
And she's like, sorry, no new applications. We're not doing that anymore. And she's like, well, what do you know about Niffins? I was one for a time, and this is all I can remember. And she's got like a little book of notes. And she's like, it's half of a puzzle. The other pieces fell out of my head, but they could be inside your books. And I'm trying to put it all back together. And the librarian's like, oh, so you want like a trade of information? And she's like, more than that, I want to finish what I started, a grand unified theory of magic. And the librarian's like, but you're a human magician with no magic now. And I'm afraid your experiences as a Niffin have already been documented to our satisfaction. Like, you're of no use. And Alice is kind of putting it together. Like, it's in my book. You don't want me to finish this theory. She says, there is something you could do for us, and in exchange, we will give you full access to our collection. Are you familiar with the quest of the 7 keys? And then someone comes to whisper something in her ear, and she goes, excuse me for a moment, and leaves. And that's when you run into her.
Oh, okay.
And I'm assuming what the whisper is maybe your daughter is here.
Yeah.
And to have those other scenes.
And then that's
this came
so maybe you guys
later
go
on.
through before it breaks.
Yeah, maybe. And then it comes
Yeah.
back and breaks it.
Yeah.
They were maybe holding it open for Penny.
Yeah, maybe.
And like, yeah.
Or
Alice?
I mean, Harriet. Like, Harriet was
Harriet,
supposed to get
too.
out.
That's right.
Yeah, so there's a lot of
That's
people
right.
on the other side of the
Yeah.
mirror. So there's a lot of reasons they would try and keep that.
Because Harriet
open.
tells Katie, go, they're not going to stop you.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's
Harriet and Victoria are the last 2 out.
right. Yeah.
Because they were supposed to come back, I guess, with Quentin was supposed to go back.
But you go
Alice,
back first.
Right, but Alice
I
is
go back
also
first?
supposedly come through
So
there.
me and Katie go back first. I don't know when Poppy gets out. I'm assuming before us.
I would assume.
But she's there with you at the end?
No, I don't see her. It's just me and Katie at the end.
So but basically, we had like 5 or 6 people who needed to come back, and maybe
Yeah.
2 made it.
Yeah.
And
Probably,
we don't know
probably
where.
3. Katie,
Maybe Poppy.
I guess Poppy, Quentin, Katie all make it.
Assuming that Poppy didn't like stay back to do some
Yeah, maybe.
nefarious
Who
shit. Who
knows?
knows?
Yeah.
We don't have confirmation.
So I'm stuck in. So end of episode. I'm stuck in the library
in hell.
in hell.
Yeah, Underworld. right.
Underworld, yeah.
Margot and Elliot are still in Fillory with the marsupial court.
Yes.
Katie, Quentin,
Maybe
Victoria?
Poppy.
maybe Poppy
Oh no.
Maybe Poppy,
Are
almost
back.
definitely Victoria.
with the key.
Right.
We wouldn't go through the mirror and get back if Victoria was.
No, but Victoria was in the mirror when it just exploded with Harriet.
Yeah, because she was staying in to keep it open. So who knows what they're up to?
So you 3 are back.
Sure.
Harriet and Victoria are either dead or stuck.
Yeah.
Right.
Probably stuck would be my guess.
That'd be my guess too.
But yeah, we get the backstory that Harriet, which makes sense because when we meet her, she is so about sharing information
And hates the
Yeah.
library.
and hates
Right.
people like safeguarding information.
And you're working for the library, so that would make sense why she doesn't like you. Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm her mother's lackey.
Yeah.
So long episode was a good one. I get a lot of information.
Yeah. And
Faces I
imagine
never
if
saw.
like you took this book and while you were borrowing this book, you got into a fight with your mom, and then like
said someone-
years later, she just sent some random person to be like, you owe me that book. I would also be like,
Your mom wants it back.
And who the fuck are you?
I'd be like, she can come get it herself. Like,
And also, not all fairies.
yeah, that's interesting. I don't know what the fairy stuff is.
But
I really
also,
don't.
I don't know either.
if fairies on Earth are being enslaved and being killed to create magical cocaine drugs,
Basically, yeah.
if Fillory fairies find that out,
Well, Philly fairies are gone.
Fillory fairies gone.
That was like, I don't know where to though.
Okay.
Oof. All right. Welcome to Backstory Land.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you. Appreciate you, Mike.
I had a great time.
Yeah, me too. It was so easy. If anything, I got a little
Super
bit bored in the
breezy.
middle there because only one person was talking. Not a lot of time for goofs and edgewise.
I can't kill any of them because this is being recorded for posterity.
That's why we turned on the cameras, because Mike was threatening us all the time.
Do you know the outro, or do you think you got that messed up too?
At this point, who knows? Listen, I'm Mike. I'll see you next time. Left me as always.
It's Tasha.
In front of me as always.
It's Colin.
Right here, right now.
It's Brian.
You know. It's me.
You know, forever.
For more information, go to popculturerollcall.com. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Please subscribe, rate, and review. Our new theme provided by Stephen Rossbach. Find him at stephenrossbach.com for more of his work. Join us next week for another episode of Pop Culture Roll Call.